Welcome to Content Supply. In this episode, we're going to talk about one brand who is getting things right with content. And that brand is Marie Forleo. So Marie and her team focus really well on three core pillars of content: video, design, and copy. So now let's get a little bit into how and why Marie and her team are using these three core pillars super well, and why it's so important to focus on those in entrepreneurship and building your brand. The first pillar is video, which is my personal favorite. So Marie has created Marie TV, which is a consistent weekly, if not bi-weekly or a couple times a month show. It's a show that we can expect and subscribe to. She puts it on the networks, the TV networks of today. So YouTube, Facebook, her website. And yes, her TV show is super pro. It's very polished. She looks great, but it wasn't always that way. If you look back into her YouTube and even Facebook video library to her first videos, they were her sitting with her laptop on a couch. They weren't that professionally shot. So when it comes to consistency, make sure to actually just get started. Start somewhere, even if it's from your webcam or from your phone, and start there and then keep consistent so people can expect and get familiar with seeing you. So the next part of video that Marie does right is audience focus. So her content, her video show is all about her audience. She literally is on the show answering questions that her audience has asked. And so she can then tag that person later in distribution, send them a direct email about it, and titling her videos in such a way that it gets us to want to click. For example, one of her recent videos was titled, "Can't Seem to Get Started. This one idea could change your life." Who wouldn't want to click on that? I want to know what one idea could change my life if I feel like I can't get started. Usually getting started, that it's a fear. It's basis of it. It's fear of looking unprofessional, looking uncool. I don't know what, or looking bad on camera, whatever it may be. So she has a really strong understanding of who her audience is and how to customize the video show, the content experience to what the audience wants to actually watch. And so you're not shoving the things that you think they want to watch. So the next arm of what she does right with video is her editing. Once again, her shows are professionally produced. The editing is very clean and specific to what her brand is. So you can see her videos and get a very similar vibe to how her website's designed, or how her programs are designed, or social media content in other areas. It's very consistent to that look, and she focuses on having that effective and clean editing experience. No editing versus editing has a time and place. For sure, Facebook Lives serve a purpose. People are there to engage and be involved in that just conversational experience. But at the same time, beyond Facebook Live or Instagram Live, people want a visual way to experience your content, and you need to be able to effectively edit and prepare a video in such a way that delivers your message on a higher level. We usually click on the videos that, the image pulls us in on our scrolling feed, but it's the text and the image and the visuals that really pull us in beyond just the person. It helps us understand what the video is about, so we're more inclined to click and have the sound play and to experience that content. So for many entrepreneurs, video editing is not at the forefront of their mind, because it requires a whole nother set of skills to develop, or resources or time, budget, outsourcing, whatever it may be. That's why we as entrepreneurs opt into doing those live experiences or doing those simple cell phone videos, because you don't have to worry about the editing. You don't have to worry about the polished experience. And so it's knowing what your end goal is with your content, with your video, and figuring out whether it needs editing or not. But never justify ignoring the importance of a strong video edit to better tell your story. So when it comes to video, another aspect is the audio experience. So when it comes to just motion picture, cinema, in any form, whether it's in the theater or at our computers or phones, when we don't have a good audio experience, we're gonna see the video experience as less professional. You think of the movie Up. Basically, the first 10 minutes is the story of the two main characters and the first time they met as little kids to when they get married, to enjoying a life together, and then her getting sick and dying. It's a very emotional 5 to 10 minute scene. And imagine watching that without the key song they used. It wouldn't be the same experience. It's a music that guides us along this emotional path to know how we want to feel, or to feel something so we know how to act or what to do as a result, or just to feel connected and to love that piece of motion picture even better. And the same thing goes with what we hear, how high quality it may be, or the sound design, right? Like Star Wars without all the sound design and the sound effects. And it's important to remember that when you create a video, it just doesn't end there. It shouldn't just be the video experience. You should also focus on how you can repurpose that video into other pieces of content. So podcasts. I could create this episode, which I probably will, into a podcast experience on the Content Supply podcast. People need to experience a quality recording because it ups your professionalism, and it's just super important for the long term. But don't let technology and a quality mic stop you from just getting started. Evolve that professionalism over time. Focus on audio first, because people are going to care about how you made them feel versus what blouse or shirt you're wearing. So the second content pillar that Marie and her team focus on really well is design. So from her videos to her social content to her website, her design is consistent and super professional and clean. It caters to her branding style guide, her fonts, her colors. And so we know it's all Marie. Do not ignore design when it comes to building your brand and being an entrepreneur. It definitely does, although people may say otherwise. I believe it definitely does separate the professionals from the amateurs. When you focus on having quality design with how customers experience your brand, they're going to see it more as an authority, you and your brand as an authority in that space, and will be more inclined to buy from you because you come off on the surface with the design as more professional and more trustworthy. So do not ignore your design when it comes to your content strategy. And then third arm of Marie's smart content strategy is copy. If you go to her video descriptions, her social posts, her programs, her website, all across there is a consistent copy experience that is very friendly, very conversational, and just speaks to you like it's a conversation. So when it comes to getting started with brand building entrepreneurships, many of us lead our content strategy with copy. It's from being a blogger to posting on social media. And so learning that craft of copywriting and becoming more conversational, knowing what your end goal is from what you're trying to say, and figuring out how to best position yourself as a storyteller in that medium is super important. So that's my overview of what Marie and her team are doing right with content strategy with her brand. What do you think I'm missing? What areas do you think she's doing right? And how do you think you can mimic what she's doing right for your own brand? And if you have any questions or challenges that you are experiencing with your own content strategy, also leave those in the comments below. I want to engage and have this conversation go beyond than just this video, and I'll feature it on future episodes, and we can talk through a way to make your storytelling and your content strategy shine and be super effective. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.